So, what if I told you that the reason you're struggling with making sales, with getting people, to work with you, isn't because you're bad at doing that bit, but it's actually because you're selling like a man? In this video, I'm going to break down the art of feminine sales and why selling in this Aquarian age means no more forcing, no more convincing, and definitely no more gross sales scripts either. And if you are a spiritual visionary and you're a man or a woman, you may find that this video is going to enlighten you, because I feel that everybody needs to step into the Aquarian age of selling, regardless of gender. Now, traditional sales in our capitalistic world are all to do with masculine energy. Sales is very linear, like sales teams have a very linear structure or linear and logical process that they move people down, right, in a line. It's very pressure driven. It's goal obsessed as well. And I know as a spiritual visionary that goal setting is a little bit, worrisome for you, right? It is designed around scarcity and, like I said, logic as well. And this is not how most women buy. So this is why you're finding it difficult. Now, I once worked with a coach. So I've been doing the online business stuff for about 5 years. And about that long ago, when I first came onto the scene, I did have a male business coach. And he was giving me all sorts of scripts, and they were full of tactics like, okay, so this is the question that I really, really hated. Like, it just didn't make me feel very good at all. If I had an objection, I would have to have a question where I would say, well, if you didn't invest, what would it cost you? And it was basically based on, well, if you invest with me, I will get you from A to Z. But if you don't invest with me, you can get from A to E, but it's going to take you much longer because I'm going to help you extrapolate and propel yourself forward. And this particular sales question was really icky with me. And to be honest with you, most of them were, especially when it comes to money. And this script might have really worked for masculine buyers. It might have really worked for the marketing industry. It might have really worked for AI, stepping into this kind of thing. But what it doesn't work for is spiritual women. And the reason why it doesn't work is because it doesn't bring any kind of trust at all. Women buy when they feel seen, when they feel safe, when they feel empowered, not when they're cornered because, if you don't invest, then you won't get this far by yourself. It's about invitation. It's about resonance and emotion. It's not about persuasion. It's not about convincing, and it's not about hustle either. And this is where the Aquarian age is taking us. It's taking us to soul alignment, to being able to speak to the soul of the person that you are wanting to call in. It's not about hustling. It's about trust. Resonance is going to be your new sales strategy. So when you speak to the soul of your soul aligned client, there's no convincing required. The other thing that really bothers me as well is the fact that, and this is where you can tell someone is not doing Aquarian age marketing, is that you feel like you're fixing someone and you're making them feel like they're broken in the first place. So you're doing this wrong. Come and work with me and I will show you a better way. Okay. Great idea. Love that concept. Fantastic. It's not going to work for me. Not going to work for you. If you are, in any way spiritual at all, that's just going to feel so icky to you. So you don't need to use that in your marketing because you know that your soul aligned clients are just going to not resonate with that at all. When people come into my world, I make them feel like they are the most amazing, most special, and most wonderful person ever. Not fake. I don't do it in a fake way, of course, but I ensure that they know that they are amazing. But I also make sure that they know that with my empowerment, with my guidance, with my energy, I'm going to propel them. I'm going to hold their energy in, like a beautiful container, and I'm going to propel them forward. I'm going to empower them. One of the things that really often happens when I work with people across a 3-month period is I will always have a conversation with my clients at the beginning, and I will talk to them about their pricing. And every single time there is resistance, there is worry. Nobody wants to put their prices up, right? Over time, the empowerment and, the self-worth that we grow together, my clients will end up telling me that not only have they put their prices up, usually takes maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, working together. Not only have they put their prices up, but by the time I finish working with them, they're also telling me that they're probably going to put their prices up again. And this is not me sitting here saying, you've got to put your prices up because of this, because of that, blah, blah, blah. This is me with holding my energy, holding them in my energy of empowerment. I'm not forcing them to do anything, not forcing you to work with me. I'm not forcing you to put your prices up. But the energy that comes along with working with me just happens naturally. Now, let's talk about objection handling. So, hate this bit. So, in traditional sales, this is awful. This is something that happens because you're essentially selling through pain and fear, and it's creating codependency as well. So if you've got a client and they say, I can't afford it right now, or I need to go and talk to my spouse about it, or I need to, I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. In masculine sales, you are taught to coach through that objection. Okay. Again, great idea, because you're coaching someone. And what happens when you coach someone? You help them to come to their own realization about something. Except in this sense, you're helping them to come to realization about something by giving them very leading questions, which make them feel scared, and they make them feel like there's a little bit of fear going on, because if you don't invest, then you're not going to, propel yourself forward. But if you do feminine sales, it honors sovereignty. It invites reflection of who somebody is and who they have the potential to step into. There's no pressure with it. I do not have any time pressures in my business whatsoever. If you come and talk to me about working with me next week, but you say that, okay, I'm not ready yet, I'm going to come and work with you in 3 months, no problem at all. There is no pressure whatsoever. If someone says no, it doesn't mean that you failed. It just means they're honoring their own timing. They're honoring their own authority. And this is where actually the human design system can come in here as well. So if you guys don't know already, I'm a qualified Living Your Design guide with the International Human Design School. And human design is the most amazing system because it's a science of differentiation, and it helps you to really understand who you are, who you're not, which is really important for your imposter syndrome, and who you have the potential to step into being. And one of the most important parts of the human design system is actually your decision-making process. Now, each of us has a very unique decision-making process. So you know how like some people have said to you across your life, what does your gut say? Well, that is very good for people who have sacral authority, but not everybody has sacral authority, and not everybody has a gut that they can listen to on a consistent basis. So when you find out your unique decision-making process, that means you can honor that and you can stand strong in the conviction of who you are when you do jump on a sales call with somebody, because then you get to make that decision through your unique way, and you get to make that decision in integrity. So for example, lots of people who come and work with me, they already know when they come and join me on a call, they already know they want to work with me. They're really excited. They're really lit up. But if they have emotional authority and we've had this call together, I will not accept their payment. I will not accept their, their contract or anything like that until they have at least slept on it. Because I want them to go away and make sure that they are using their emotional authority in their human design correctly. Because the worst thing that I want to do is have someone say that they kind of invested incorrectly, right? So the feminine way of sales means that your clients are honoring their timing. And that is really quite sacred, actually. So what I want you to start doing to really step into this Aquarian feminine way of selling is trust your energy more than you trust your script. Make sure that when you do have a call, you've had space before and after to really step into your true self, to really come in. I like to come into my Akashic records before I have a call, and I just like to connect energetically to that person. This is not hustle culture for me. This is not, oh, I've got a call, right, let's jump on, boom, 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 go, go, go. I'd like to take my time with things. So I jump into my Akashic records and then I go onto the Zoom call and I have a chat with that person. And I trust my energy and I trust my splenic intuition from my human design system more than I would ever trust any kind of a script whatsoever. I haven't even used a script in 5 years. Make sure you're sharing your truth. Okay, share your truth, not your tactics. Share your truth, your emotions, your understanding, share your empathy with people. They're probably coming to work with you because they see that you have been through something similar. So share that empathy. Offer the people that come to you a doorway, not a deadline. Because when you put that pressure on people, that's when it comes masculine as well. Now, sometimes there are light pressures that I like to put in. Like occasionally when I'm raising my prices, for example, although I must say I probably wouldn't raise my prices for someone who's joined me on a discovery call. I'll probably say to them, look, I'm raising my prices soon, but because we've had this discovery call now, that price is now for you for the next 6 months. So don't worry about my prices going up. The other thing also is just hold the space. Hold the space in your marketing and your sales calls, and the right people will come towards you. Sales is actually really effortless. Sales is actually really fun. And it's fun because it's rooted in who you are, not through a sales script that you have been given by somebody. And when you stop trying to, follow somebody else's way of making a sale, of marketing, of getting people onto a call, the closer that you start to sound like you start to speak from your soul, you speak to their soul, and then they will move towards you. And then it becomes easy and fun. So if this video spoke to your soul, I want you to share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Somebody who you might think is a little bit worried about their sales right now, they're not sure how they're going to actually do the sales in their business. Make sure you subscribe for more videos on visibility, alignment, and selling in the Aquarian Age. And if you really want to go deeper into human design, like I've mentioned today, like finding out your authority, your decision-making process, etc., then I have lots of different price points for you to come in at. So check the links below, visit my website, or just send me an email and we'll get on a call together and discuss what is best for you. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Charlie, and I hope that sales get to feel really good for you now.